I missed a beat there. Friendlies. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Please tell me you can hear me. If you can, that's fabulous. Making sure that none of my wires are crossed because of that hissing issue that I have had before in the past. So, I have some things to discuss tonight, but first I'm going to say hi to whoever be's here. Hey, there's David Evans. Nice to see that name showing up in the side chat. Also, please note the channel member logo. Logo is the wrong word. Icon. I forgot to bring up here. Oh, well. I got to you. Rob on the internet in the house, also a channel member, ergo as with David, personal hero. Destiny, same deal right there. Look at that little logo. Look at all those beautiful people. Canadian in the house. Nice to see you. Made her back, he says. Just a lot of chit-chatting between... is Destiny moving? When are you moving to this neck of the... Oh, that's cool. Destiny's going to be in the same part of the country as David. I'm not going to mention which part of the country that is. But I actually saw David Evans' semi-off-grid cabin on the weekend, and I think it's bloody... I was going to say spectacular, but you don't really just... That's not a good word for a cabin. I think it looks really comfortable. It's very nicely, tastefully put together. I really liked it a lot. Canadian still has the new generator in the box. It looks so good in the box. I love it. You should buy another one and keep that one in the box. Excuse me. David's going to have his new generator running by Friday, apparently. That's cool. Nice to see. There's Mr. Russell from Raspberry Rock. His feet are sweating. That's all right. Also, another human who I saw over the weekend. I just got a notification that I'm live streaming. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. I'm just taking a look, seeing who's there. Campbell Off Grid in the house. Nice to see that name popping up. How's it going tonight? Darth Vader, nice to see you. What a night, he says. What a night. I agree. I absolutely agree. Russell's asking how everyone's doing. What's up? Russell wasn't going to be here tonight, but I'm glad to see his name appear. Campbell is asking how Russell's feeling, as I'm sure he's probably tired of people asking him that right now, but that's okay. Just seeing who else is with us. Sharon, how's it going? Also, please note that little icon. That means channel member. Ergo, say with me, people, personal hero. So, I just want to catch up with who's here before I do the usual. Hey, there's Lipstick Lodge. How's it going, Linda? Kelly Simmons, how's it going? Nice to see you. Country Boy Trapped in the City. Man, we got a good team showing up here tonight. I like this, guys. Look at all them beautiful names showing up in the side chat. Look at that. Then there's Grace Martin, of course. Nice to see you. Kevin Offgrid says something that I agree with. He loves this time of year. I also love this time of year. This time when the leaves are all beautiful colors, but they haven't all just fallen and turned the world gray yet. Beautiful. Joanne Glazensky, hi. Welcome to the live stream. I'm I don't know if I've seen that name before. If I haven't, then welcome. If I have and I've just forgotten, then please forgive me and welcome back. Uh, you'll find a lot of people to chit chat with here tonight. Alan Bierhoff, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? Have I caught up with? Oh no, haven't caught up yet. There's Hike with Mike. How's it going? Nice to see you popping in. All right, I think I've caught up with everyone who has. Oh no, there's Marcus. I'm just not going to catch up, am I? How's it going, Marcus? Da, 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 da. Looks like I'm caught up. Okay, so the usual housekeeping. Just taking a moment because it was nice to sleep in my own bed last night. It's nice to be here and talking to you guys and all that stuff, which is weird because it was fantastic being away. But anyways, if you are watching us, time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next month, please know that I am very happy that you're watching us, even though you cannot participate in the live chat. I love seeing those eyes on my videos after the fact. I love seeing the comments pop up. If at any point tonight you really, really love what's happening, please feel free to hit that thumbs up. If at any point tonight I'm pissing you all the way off, that's okay. Just hit that thumbs down. And if you want to take a more active role in supporting the channel, as many of the people in the side chat here already have, I invite you to look at the, yes, I got the right corner, join button down below the video. If you click that button, you'll see that there are 2 tiers of memberships that are available and a little description of what each one will do. Now, without further ado, I want to do like a minor trip report about the camping weekend I did, but I don't want to talk too much because I've got some videos. Once I'm finished with my Okanagan videos, I'll put up a few videos from that trip. I do believe I have 3 videos worth of stuff. How do I start this? So, okay, I want to start with this. I picked this bottle of sort of local Quebec. Well, it's a Quebec whiskey. Okay, it's a Quebec rye. Siège and Orge. Siège is rye, Orge is barley. So 80% rye, 20% barley. For the price I paid, it was around $60, I guess. It's terrific. I picked this up because I was going to see not one but 2 YouTubers this weekend, and they were both opening up their spaces to me, and I thought that knowing me, having a whiskey channel and a bushcraft channel, and just adoring the drink, the whiskey. I mean, not like I'm sloshed all the time. I thought it would be fitting. And then I remembered while I was at David's that he doesn't really drink a whole lot of, what some people would call hard stuff. So I was just like, oh, that'll be awkward. So I left it in the bag and I took it out at Russell's. And he said, I don't think I have the palate for this, even though he's got one of these sitting at his place. So I was like, okay. I thought I was going to leave this bottle with him as a token of my affection. And I ended up just sort of putting it back in my bag and bringing it back home. So maybe when the clock hits 10 and I have a dram, I will have that. I've got a lot of stuff to choose from here, even though most of them aren't open. But maybe I'll have that just to sort of close out the weekend I've just had, tie it up in a bow. So, and that sort of, I pulled that one off as a lucky shot because I was there in the train station and thinking, crumbs, I didn't bring anything. I packed in a massive hurry. Okay, first of all, like some of you guys have heard this. Russell's heard this, and David has. I was going to be sort of packing over the course of the week, doing most of it really like the weekend before, like making sure that all my camping gear was squared away and blah blah blah. But then when I wrenched the crap out of my back and I was immobilized for the Sunday, thing is, my weeks are so busy that I don't really have time for anything. and I was having a hard time bending over and moving and stuff, and I have to dig around in boxes to get my stuff out. And then I realized, sheesh, I'm leaving tomorrow. So I started sort of packing in kind of a panic. Realized that my backpack wasn't big enough. It's like, what am I gonna do? Remembered I had that old Marine Corps backpack, so I ran out into the garage, dusted it off. It was big enough. Heavy as hell, man. That pack must weigh like 7 pounds empty. Anyways, so I transferred all that stuff. Via Rail told me I couldn't bring any of my tools or like cooking gas or anything. So I had to depend on the generosity of my hosts for like axe, knife, saw, stuff like that. Um, and I ended up like, so I rushed out the door, and my toiletries kit was left next to the front door. I forgot like so many things. And so, when I got to Ottawa, not Ottawa, when I got to the other side, I said to David, I kind of got to go buy some toiletries because. So I went to whatever Farmer Priest called in English Canada, Shoppers Drug Mart, picked up some stuff. Like not a great start to the trip, but passed a really nice evening and morning with Dave and Pam. Um, Nice house, nice energy in the place. Dave's a really interesting guy. Like when you speak to him, well, he's an interesting guy everywhere, but like I got to know a whole different side of him that has never come up when we were talking on Discord and stuff. Great couple. Took a little paddle in the morning before going to see Russell. Then we went off to see Russell, and I went to his place, and because he said, "Look, I got all this land. Just go get lost somewhere." So I went and I set up. Now I brought my hammock, and I was really stressed about that because I was like, "Crumbs! I just threw my back out. How am I going to do this? Maybe I should bring the tent instead and everything." But I went on to the hammock camping Facebook group, and they said, "No, you got an asymmetrical one. Make sure you sleep on an asymmetrical. You'll stay kind of flat, and you'll be fine." And other guys are saying, "Yeah, man, I'm like 60. My hammock has saved my back." And so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I did it. And they were right. It didn't mess up my back more than it already was. At all, terrific. Um, so I spent a really nice few days sitting in the woods, visiting with Russell when, you know, I didn't want to visit with Russell too much because I knew he wasn't feeling well. And I was feeling kind of, wow, that's a big spider. Holy crap. You just keep going up there. All right. Um, I kind of felt a little guilty when it was too late. Like I was already in Ontario, thinking that I was all like, it's okay, Russell. I blew my back, but nothing's going to stop me from going. And I didn't think that maybe guy ain't feeling well, heart surgery, sick. I'm invading his place. But it ended up being good. I sort of I stayed out of his space as much as possible. Um, and it's really easy to stay out of someone's space when the other option is the great outdoors in the colorful part of fall, you know? Uh, so yeah, I got home really late last night. Holy crap. David, what you said about Via Rail never being on time, holy crap. My train was like an hour late. I got home an hour late. I I got in. I was like, I can't just dump my bags at the door and go to bed. I gotta put this stuff through the laundry and clean my bush gear and put it all away. And next thing you know, I was in bed by like 2:15. Um, I watched a few videos while I was working, so that probably slowed me down. Oh, I just got lost. I just totally got lost. Um, oh yeah, one thing that was kind of cool is that because I was outdoors, Junebug and Willow would not leave me alone. And Junebug, by the way, is spectacularly good at. Oh, are you filming a scene? Hmm? getting right between you and the camera. She's very skilled at it. Very impressive. Willow is a little more sort of she's kind of like the guard dog of the two. I think she's a little more gruff, but she was friendly as hell. Came for some pettings. Stuck her big wet nose right in my face a couple of times. My first night, the hammock really pissed me off because I bought this thermal thing that goes with it, and I slipped it in, and nothing was working. And then when I was packing everything up, because I spent some really cold time. When I was packing everything up, I finally read all the instructions on the stuff sack that the hammock comes in, and also looked closer at the thermal thing. And the thermal thing has clips so that it doesn't slip out from under you while you're moving around at night. And there's instructions on how to actually get into this thing without. Anyways, so I'm gonna set it up and practice a lot more because I was left feeling that I was banishing that thing to summer only duty if I was going to use it again. And now I think that I was just in such a rush to get out the door and not miss my train to Ontario and all that I should have. Well, I should have found some time in the previous week to just set the thing up somewhere and lie down in it. I'm gonna take a break from blithering on to sort of see who's saying what in the side chat because it looks like there's some action going on. Lots of stuff going on. Hold on. Okay. Raspberry's asking David where he got his generator. Everyone's saying hi. Alan Bierhoff is doing well, hoping everyone is. Yeah, I'm doing well too. Country boy likes being in the woods in fall, all camoed up. Destiny, I've got some videos coming out. I want to finish my Okanagan series first. I think I've got one more Okanagan video coming out. Hey, Ian the Web Lord, how's it going? Nice to see you. Train hooch, yeah. He was calling it train hooch because I bought it at the train station. In the train station in downtown Montreal at Central Station, there's a little SAQ in there. It actually had kind of an okay whiskey selection, which was surprising for such a small place. Long's Quest, how's it going, Skip? It was great. It was fabulous. I've just been doing a bit of a trip report for the peeps. Alan says, how does one become a channel member from an iPhone? Okay, David, one of us figured this out one day for someone on Russell's live stream. How did that happen? There was a way, and I don't remember. It was like really non-obvious. YouTube absolutely has to improve their iOS app or their mobile apps, like both the YouTube one and the YouTube Studio. They have to improve the tech. Does anyone know how to do it? Because I don't want to like bore you guys by scrolling through my phone. Just taking a look. I'm not gonna leave my phone on like that. My wife just showed me a pair of boots she wants. I think Destiny is collecting a list of Jesse's quotables. Hey, look who's here. How's it going, Serge? Serge, I didn't pour a beer tonight because I ran out of time. I forgot to get one before coming on. So I guess I'm just going to have to wait until 10 and then whiskey up. Canadian liked Skip's last video. I didn't see it. I better fix that. I have been. There's something beautiful about being somewhere where the signal is bad. It's not bad, but like it's pretty damn good in Russell's cabin. But in that area, like it's spotty. In some parts of the territory, there's nothing. Um, there's a real. At first, there's like I can't watch any videos. I can't blah. I can't. Blah. And then you sort of get to the point where you're like, I can't watch any videos. I can't participate in the humdrum garbage of everyday life right now. This is great, you know? Um, just taking a look. How long did it take to get to David's on the train? I was on the train for what was it? Like I got on the train at like 6:30 and got off the train at 9:20, right? So I mean, around like just 3 hours ish, maybe a little less. Oh man, I forgot stuff like you would not believe. Oh, and then I'm preparing my eats, and I sort of stumbled a little bit and dropped my spoon right into the pond. I just saw it disappear. I was like, I'm not getting that back. So for a couple of meals, I just sort of carved a really like rough implement for moving porridge to mouth. But I finally had to go back to Russell's and borrow a spoon. Just taking a look and seeing what I am missing here. Am I caught up? No. Oh, my audio is delayed. Anyone else see that? Does it look like I'm all delayed to everyone? All right, Serge, videos are on the way. I like it. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. So I was probably feeling guilty for nothing. It was so good for my head, man. It just calmed the demons down so much. Oh, thanks, David. I just realized I forgot to put this on YouTube, so I don't know how many thumbs up I'm at right now. Man, I'm gonna sneeze. Stupid sinuses. Hey, Tim's here. Okay, you're just gonna be listening. All right, glad to know things are starting to look up there. You guys definitely deserve it. Destiny says, "Yep, Via Rail has told us our Ontario arrival will probably be delayed. Guess train stops is delayed for other trains." Yeah, on my way to Ontario. In fact, I was a little late. David remembers this probably. So maybe I arrived at like 9:40 or something. I don't remember, but we were on the way, and then suddenly, out in the middle of butt funk nowhere, train started slowing down and then stopped. And then it was announced that we were going to be sitting there for about 10 or 15 minutes because another train had to pass us. And what happened on the way back was that an earlier train got delayed, and it just sort of dominoed. And each train after that was delayed for a little bit longer. Tea is a good drink. Oh, I just jumped. Oh, no. Oh, hold on. Okay, if I've missed anyone, sorry about that. But Sharon says, Tim, look at that. Thanks, Campbell. Thank you very much. Look who else is here. Dennis, I'm looking forward to seeing. Well, I won't be able to watch tomorrow during the day because I'll be working at the office. But Um, I'll probably watch tomorrow night, or well, I will watch as I always do. I have to buy a black suit. I got a funeral to go to on Saturday, and I'm feeling the stress of trying to find a suit that fits this fat bitch right here. But anyways, I will watch. I'm looking forward to seeing that one too. Just taking a look. Okay, Jerry. All right. um, Russell, definitely swallow it. They don't grow very quickly. Steph says I have whiskey. I'm forgiven for the beer. Yeah, but I wait until 10 for the whiskey because I usually have like a beer and then a whiskey. Uh, Dennis, I'm not sold on it. I sort of talked about some of the issues I had. Part of it is I really should have slept in it before going and worked out the kinks because I did it wrong, and I only really realized that when I read like I think you've got a Hennessy. You might actually have the exact same one as me. Um, and when I was reading like the printed instructions on the stuff sack, I was like, yeah, I did this wrong, and I hadn't noticed that there was a clip. There were two clips on the that silly thermal, that glorified bubble wrap that they sell to go inside it. So it was like moving around under me, and I was getting cold and all that stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna spend some more time with it and make a decision because I was like, this is summer only, or I'm selling it. And then I realized that I'm sorry, guys, it's really dry because I forgot the beer. Um, I should try it the way they tell me it should be done before making that decision because it packs real small. It packs a hell of a lot smaller than my tent. My tent is pretty small packed, but that thing packs even smaller. Except for one little issue. I had forgotten that when I bought it, those many years ago, they Hennessy had one of those sales on. Buy a hammock kit and you'll get a free hex fly to go with it. So I had an extra fly that I didn't use, but it took up room in my bag. Just taking a gander at what peeps are saying there. My audio is fine. Okay, no delay. All right. Excuse me. Okay, we're at 2021. Hey, there's Wood Pigeon. How's it going? Sorry, crumbs. Wood Pigeon's been doing some stand up lately. David, okay, I was 30 minutes late. Yeah, so you know, silly via rail. The Kingston train station is a lot smaller than Central Station in Montreal, but it's kind of a nice, clean, modern little place. Um, yeah, it was nice. I like those smaller stations. It doesn't feel like you're getting lost the way because at Central Station in Montreal, you can feel like you're getting swallowed by the cavernous uh, room, the cavernous cavern. What? Uh, you're just fluffy. Should I tell some of his jokes? Steal some of his jokes, put them on my live stream? Get destroyed by his legal team? Hey, look at that. Austin's here. Looks like you might be switching jobs. Nice. Is that a good thing? Or is it like an, you know, was it onwards and upwards thing? Always nice to see Austin's name pop up in the side chat. I don't know, Jerry, because the sun goes down so early that like I got on the train at 6:30 and the sun was down not even halfway through the trip, you know? And this is especially true of the trip home. It feels like it gets dark so early these days. So yeah, I didn't. I was kind of no. On the way there, it didn't get dark that early in the. But what happened? Maybe I took a nap. Yeah. David does not like Union Station in Toronto. I don't fully. Yes, I've seen it once, but I don't remember anything about it. One station that uh, I was about to say left a lasting impression on me, but now I can't even remember it. Was when I lived in Winnipeg. Their central train station was quite impressive, if I remember properly. Uh, oh wow, Austin, you've been working 12-hour third shift rotations for almost a year. Ugh, 7 to 3:30. That's a good. It's it can be tough to be up early enough for 7:30, but finishing that early in the afternoon, that is pure gold. Absolutely. I keep reaching for my beer glass. Oh, hey, I don't think Tyler's here, eh? So, um, you guys remember this, right? The hammer with the missing grip. And here's a bunch of leather scraps to do a stacked leather handle. So, look for a video on that. I really hate the new boxes that Amazon's using, but hey, whatevs. The thing that I'm trying to figure out now is like maybe a brass cap to go on this, like make it that long so that I can put a bolt through one of these or something. I have to figure that out somehow because I'm not like I don't do a lot of metal work or any. But yeah, so look for a video on that at some point in the near future. I'm gonna sneeze again. Give me a sec. Um. So yeah, that's kind of so much stuff to talk about. You know what? Was one thing that I thought about while I was there. I had my compass with me, but I just kept using the GPS on my phone. I have like was it Gaia GPS, and it made me think. I know Dennis has this. In fact, Dennis has this edition. Um, it made me think that I gotta revisit this because for years now it's just been easier for me to reach for, the GPS on my phone. So I really gotta get a topo map of some place, break my compass out, and refamiliarize myself with some old skills. Because the thing is, when you're depending on a phone, what if there's no signal? What if your battery dies? What if? I mean, you guys know these what ifs. Um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna refamiliarize myself with the map and the compass. A little orienteering. Tea is finished. I will have a little bit of the water. Gotta keep hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, that could be bad news. It could be very bad news. Mm. Canadian says that the missus got me one of those really nice Davy compasses from Scotland. I don't know if I know the Davy compass from his. Yeah, David uses the compass on his phone. Yeah, I want to get back to analog. My compass is a Sunto, I think. Yeah, Country Boy says to be careful with the leatherworking. Yeah, the only thing I've done up until now has been a sheath for the knife that I handled for my daughter. Have you ever seen guys who geocache with just a map and compass? No. That sounds like some skill, man. I need to shave. Um, maybe I'll check that out. I don't do a lot of, I don't do any geocaching. It seems like a weird pastime, but I'm impressed that these guys can pull that off. Yeah, Alan knows exactly where I'm going. The batteries in the compass never die. You never have to worry about signal. Um, Canadian says they're fancy and of high quality. Is it? You said Davy compass? Dalvey. Are they Dalvey? The iconic Dalvey compass. Holy crap! I'm just going to share the screen and you tell me if that's what we're talking about. Present. Present arms. Shut up, Jesse. Is this what we're talking about? Looks like you're in Canada. Would you like to visit our Canada store? Sure. Well, I should have like 2 compasses available. No, that's a pocket watch. Oh, my land. And they've got some whiskey flasks. There we go. Look at that compass. Huh. Man, if I was to get one of these, I think maybe not. Yeah, maybe the blue mother of pearl. Or yeah, just because the blue is nicer. I mean, I'm not going to buy one because I already have a compass. But whew, my goodness, I'd be afraid to use it. Oh, these ones are so nice. Holy crap, dude! She got you one of these? So nice. You can add engraving. So, what is Dalvey? What is this place? I've never even heard of these. This is like a compass for a Scotch drinker. Family run from the Highlands of Scotland since 1897. Well, that's good to know. Maybe I'll just have to get one and name, in honor of my family history. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's what you were talking about, and those are very, very nice. Oops, I'm bought a cheap plastic compass from TTC. Still works well. It's always in my pocket when I'm in the bush. Yep, as long as it's accurate. Doesn't have to be made of anything fancy. Hey, Carol. Carol is in the house. Yeah, so that is the one. Okay. Well, yeah, those are nice. Holy crap, those are nice. The white face? All right. Austin's very pleased with this Kamanga. Yeah, it's hard to really bugger up a compass. Sometimes if the seal's not right, you end up with air bubbles and stuff, but any quality compass is going to do you fine. Bought you one for your 40th anniversary. Okay. Yeah, so nice. Yeah, Destiny's right. They look like something you'd find on on an old school, you know, steamer, 1903, 1897. It's Russell says, for when I'm lost, but I want to look chic when I'm lost. Let's not say near future, David. I mean, I do have to, you know, I do have other um, late night purchases, mistakes to make. I love it. Everyone's like, oh, okay, he's gonna have a drink, and then are they heavy duty? Okay, so they're not just fancy looking; they're rock solid. Nice, I like it. but it tells time on Mars. We're coming up on 10 o'clock. I kind of feel like I should have a special feature or something, but all I have is a bottle of whiskey. So I guess I sort of dropped the ball on the trip report there. Like, the thing is, I don't want to tell you guys too much because I don't want to spoil the videos I have coming out. Oh, Alan says, look at their barometers. Oh no, I'm gonna do it. Not now. Not now. All right, I'm looking. Shall I share this screen again? You guys want to? Shall we drool together? Communal drooling. Yuck! Why did I say that? Oh my gosh! Oh, look at the blue. Not that blue. Go away. Look at that. Holy crumbs. Mm. And of course, there's a Mont Blanc sitting in the. Got a. Why do you do that? You got a Mont Blanc there. Got a penguin book. You got a. Is that a La Russe or is a Petit Robert? Something in. You got a Chinese book, so we're definitely international. We got some horn-rimmed glasses to reference the golden age of travel. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Oh, my land. Whew. Wow. This remind me of, like, every now and again, I go and I take a look at the Holland and Holland website. That's all I'm going to say because I don't talk about pew-pews. But every now and again, I go and I take a look and think, woo, I need me like a winning lottery ticket. I don't get lost. People tell me where to go. Yeah. So you'll never get lost in New York City, that's for sure. There's always someone telling you where to go. Yeah, there's no wonder they're world famous. How come I never heard of them? By the way, Alan Bierhoff, good eye. Good eye. I was just like, I'm not gonna look at anything else on this because I'm gonna dream about them. And then you're like, hey, take a look at the barometers, big guy. I need more money. What? Oh, hi.
That was me.
Yeah.
Okay, there seems to be something. Sorry, what are you? I'm not sure what you're laughing about. I missed something.
Just stuff.
I was gonna say there's something inherently wrong with a pocket barometer, right? Like, to me, a barometer is something you put on the wall. It's this great big,
Well, if
thingy.
you keep it in your front pocket, it's always hot and humid.
How
Moving
would
right
you know
along.
that?
I'm talking about one. If one does, as men, we moving right
Okay,
along.
if
But I
one.
do agree that barometers should be on the window or on a wall. But I get the feeling that the compass has legit usefulness. The barometer feels like you're going to leave it on your desk more than you're going to carry it around with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Compass is something that goes in the hand. Of course, you're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barometer. I don't know. I flick out my barometer and go, it's rising.
Kill surprise. Yeah.
Getting
High
pressure.
Yeah.
High pressure system
humid.
happening right
Yeah.
now.
Campbell says, added that to his Christmas wish list. If I don't get it, it will turn into a late night drunken purchase. Yeah, the barometers, that's a serious late night drunken purchase. That's a lot more expensive. So careful there. Yeah. Country Boy wants to know why I'm showing expensive toys. He wants. I wasn't planning to lead us all into temptation tonight. We just sort of have.
Lead us all into temptation.
Yeah. What's this? The footlicker. Oh my God, there was cuddling on the couch at Russell's cabin. In the words of Darth, what a night. I don't know what Destiny's talking about there, but it sounds like there was a party.
I don't know. That wasn't me.
Even caught me on camera. Wasn't me. Oh, I don't want somebody to claim my video.
I would like a nice barometer on my wall.
Yeah, it's funny how like at one point there were a lot of barometers around, and now it's like, oh, what's the weather like today? Flip, flip, flip.
Yeah.
I would love to get away from my phone showing me all the information I need. Like I really have a love for those old school analog ways of gleaning the information.
Yep.
You know, there was something else that you just reminded me of. What's it called? Is Astrolab? No. You know that navigation aid that sailors used to use? It kind of.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Can't think of the name. Somebody's gonna come up with it shortly here. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I would love to learn how to use one of those. There's
Sextant.
no use. That's the one. Sextant. Yes, Grace. Thank you. A sextant. I would love to learn how to use one of those. I remember I was watching a.
Yep.
I think it was the Ray Mears series where he was following the fur trade routes in Canada, and he was at one of the historical forts, and some historian was trying to show him how to use one, and he just couldn't get it. And I don't know. There's a beauty to that kind of technology where they had nothing to work with, but we're following the stars of the sun. We need to figure out how to get the measurements to work no matter where you are. Strange machine appears out of the process, you know, and it looks like something you'd read about in like a steampunk novel or something, you know. Yeah,
Yep.
Canadian. Darth Vader is like 81 days till Santa's on his way. Everyone's like madly writing down these Dalby compasses on their list, right? I love it. Yeah. So, oh, she ordered you one. I was wondering if like she picked it up for you in Scotland, or if yeah, you guys did Scotland, Ireland, the Netherlands, and something else, but I don't remember. England? Just a little jaunt around Northern Europe. Oops.
I don't get what he said. I guess my wife likes me to order me one. If I could get away with stuff like that, I guess my wife would like me to order me something.
No, I think what he says is, I guess my wife likes me if she's ordered me one. He has it right beside him. Yeah. I would keep it beside me too. Next to the bed, next to me on my desk, sitting in the passenger side, strapped in nice and safe. Yeah. Are you having a beer just to make me feel bad about having forgotten my beer?
I'm on my third beer. I
had some nice beer while I was at Russell's place, by the way.
Oddly enough, you know, Sunday night, I felt really bad. It was like you came over for a beer, and I'm like, I feel like throwing up. I'm drinking a beer thinking I feel like throwing up. And earlier tonight, I was like feeling really nauseous, but I started drinking beer, and I'm like, I feel okay drinking beer. So I'm going to keep drinking beer.
I find that this hits the stomach a whole lot harder than beer. Like if you're feeling a little nauseous, whiskey is the wrong way to go. Vodka's the wrong way to go. Yeah.
I was doing okay Friday night for some reason, but I don't know. Sunday night I was not doing good.
Well, I don't remember, and it's weird because it's not like I was in a drunken stupor or anything, but I don't remember signing off on Friday night.
You mean from Bushcraft?
Yeah. And like I wasn't sloshed, I was tired as shift, but I wasn't like blacking out
Well,
drunk or anything.
we did Rum on the Rocks, and then I said, "Hey, try this VR thing,"
Yeah.
thinking that you'd try it for a few minutes and go, "Wow, that's really cool," and then you played it for like an hour and a half.
Did I? Is that really? It didn't
Yeah,
feel like that long. I felt like I played it for 10 minutes, and then you're like, okay, bedtime.
yeah, no, it was like
Yeah.
you load up Vader Immortal, and I'm sitting there going, "Okay, he's enjoying it," and you just kept playing and playing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, at least you had a good time.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Jerry says, for those that get one, let me know, and I'll cheers and welcome you to the Dalvey Owner Club. Yeah. Rob is asking how Vader Immortal was. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. Holy crap. Well, I'd never done any VR before, because here's the thing with that kind of stuff. 3D TV pissed me off, and so I separated from like all the buzz technologies coming.
You mean, are you talking about the red blue
Well, you
3D TV?
remember, like, whatever, 10 years ago, everyone was marketing their TVs as 3D TVs. Some of them had red blue glasses, some had just the gray ones, and I think it was Panasonic was marketing one where you didn't need glasses, and nobody gave a shift. The industry wanted us to buy into it, and nobody did, and nobody even
Oh,
remembers that all the TVs were 3D at that time.
was that the case, or was it the case that okay, now I'm going to go back to normal TV, and oh, this doesn't work very well with normal TV?
The TVs worked fine
Doesn't
as
matter.
normal TVs. It's just nobody. I did a piece on this for some AV magazine back in the day, and the fact is, when you sit to watch a movie with your main snuggle or with the family or whatever, there's a communal thing. But as soon as you've all got these glasses on, it separates you from each other, and so of course they weren't gonna.
Hmm.
That's why everyone was trying to bring out a glasses free version, but forget about it. So yes, Rob, it was my first VR experience. Now I'm kind of sold on it, and the game's great. I want to buy it, but I need to buy the system first.
Come on, how
So
awesome was it when you're in that ship at the beginning, and then the destroyer comes overhead? You're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
whoa!
absolutely. And
Or when
I
you're in the
wasn't.
room and Darth Vader walks in.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. Really cool, really nice. And I wasn't the one who wanted one of these first. My wife tried an Oculus a few months ago, and she was totally sold on it. I said, okay, yeah, cool. And then I forgot about it. But yeah, if she still wants one, then maybe we'll cooperate and get one.
Every time I play that game, I'm like, "Give me your bidding, Lord Vader."
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what? Am I supposed to be good in this game? Come on, give me your bidding, Lord Vader.
hmm Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was very cool. Um, how long does it take to charge those things up when they're kind of depleted?
Takes a few hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't want to play it too long because it's like there's a lot of weight sitting on this area of your face, and
Yeah, yeah.
eventually this
You
area
get
of
a
your
headache?
face gets not a headache, but it just gets what's the word I'm looking for?
Irritated?
Not irritated, but I can't
Fatigue?
think of the word I'm looking for. Fatigued, yeah. This area of your face
I'm here to
gets
help.
fatigued, and you got to take it off, and
Uh-oh.
but
Look
that,
at this.
like
Just look at that. Somebody's making a purchase
Scott,
tonight.
Scott, you don't do it, Scott.
It's just, or at least go for the compass, not the barometer. Because Russell's right. The barometer is a conversation piece.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, barometer's not a pocket thing.
Yeah. Darth says the dark side is the good side.
It's yeah. If you play through some of those games, are like you really question what is the good side? Is it the
hmm
dark side or is it the light side? It's just God, like Knights of the Old Republic. Well, I
Mhm.
was totally evil in that game, but it was fun. It's
Right.
fun being dark side.
I just think the rebels have cooler ships.
Oh, we're lining up for dark side, light side. You're like, yeah, those ships are cooler though.
Yeah, TIE fighter
Like,
or
oh,
X-wing,
okay.
TIE fighter or Y-wing.
I guess we'll see you on the battlefield, Jess.
Yeah, yeah.
Stupid.
Country boy says, "I don't need a barometer. I look outside to see the weather." He's one of those guys. There's a rock outside. If the rock is wet, he knows it's raining. Tea's finished. Water's almost done. Are we at? Okay, 21:58. So in 2 minutes. No, because this is a 3-year, so I have to let it sit for 3 minutes before drinking it. So
Oh my god, you haven't poured it yet?
no. I love what Alan here says. Delphi barometers for the man who has everything else. All right. I have poured. I will wait 3 minutes, which will be at 10:01. Because you just got to let it breathe. Gotta let it breathe. I could have actually opened this tonight too, but I've got a lot of open stuff. This is the only Jack Daniels I will buy. Single barrel select.
Yeah.
But I still haven't opened it. I think the bottle's a little ornate looking. Little twee, as the British would say.
Oh, yeah. Important question.
Has the design your thoughts for your future cabin changed after being into other cabins?
Great question.
Yeah, for the cabin I built, I would. It's too bad because I sketched out a cabin last week on a napkin and it's upstairs. And if I'd known that Shawnee was gonna be here with the questions, I probably would have brought that down. Here's what I would like, because to me, I'd like to build a log cabin. Although there's a real beauty to an inside of pine boards like Russell's got there. There's that.
Thank you.
When the daylight is coming in on a cabin full of pine boards like that, there's a light in there that a log cabin ain't gonna get you. What I would like to do is a log cabin with kind of a wraparound porch, screened in for black fly and mosquito season. I kind of think one floor, but when you're building small, like I would do, there's a real value to having a loft for your bed and stuff. Like Russell's got, like Sean James had in his old place. I don't know if he's doing in the new place. But Russell, does it ever get really stinking hot up there when you've got the fire going at night?
It's surprisingly, it's not as hot as you would think. It's definitely warmer upstairs. I mean, this is the law of thermodynamics, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely hotter upstairs. However, in my older age, I kind of wish that the bedroom was here on the ground floor. Although you still want the loft for like storage and put crap there. But as you get older, you just don't want to negotiate stairs anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's a good point. Hi, Shawnee, by the way. It's 10:01. So, Slanja.
Are you gonna give us notes?
No, I gave notes on Books Fest. I'm just gonna enjoy it. It is a warm hug on the nose, though. Spicy.
B flats and A sharps.
B flats and A sharps. Someone's doing the Maker's Mark. That's a good choice. That's a legit whiskey. Legit bourbon. Canadian says, in the boreal forest, of course. Well, look, in my dreams it's the boreal, but the practicalities where I live, that's a 4 or 5 hour drive, right? And I would like to be in a cabin that I could get to on a semi-regular basis, right? So within a couple of hours. So that means for us, that's kind of a little more similar to where Russell is. Montreal is smack in the middle of a band of sort of mixed broadleaf. So a lot of things like poplars, aspens, um, but a lot of conifers. So it's not a complete loss. Many maples, beech, of course, the magical birch. Lots and lots of birch. Ash, although ash is disappearing like you guys would not believe. But that also means, and I'm sure Russell, you're experiencing this as well. A lot of really good burning wood, right? If you're up in the
Right.
boreal, or where Dave from up north of 60 is, it's all like pines and firs and stuff. That ain't ideal burning wood. It's fabulous for starting a fire, but I don't want to depend on that, to burn overnight. It's going to disappear.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. But I think it's funny that, well, you get your preferences. You were here, and it's absolutely gorgeous right now
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah,
the non-boreal forest.
it's beautiful. It
It's
smells fabulous. And again, it's all about the quality of light. There's at this time of year, in the forest where, and by the way, on that first beaver dam to get to where I was parked, there's this
yep,
huge what's a merisier? It's funny because I shot a scene about that and I forgot the damn English word too. A cherry, right?
cherry
It
tree.
looks like a birch but dark brown, peely, and anyways, like its leaves were yellow, which is what I love. I love the look of, because the forest just glows when it's yellow in a different way than when the maples are all like flaming red. That's beautiful as well. But I do love the glow of like an aspen forest or birch or all these places where it sort of goes yellow and orange and just glows. Uh, Hold on a second. Somebody said something that well, yeah, David, I'm not thinking in terms of the practicalities or anything. It's a forest I like being in. And as Jerry says, think of it this way: you're happy in trees. Once in their midst, you'll be quite happy. Yeah, pretty much. Um, like along the coast of British Columbia, that rainforest, hell, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like if I'm surrounded by nature, I'm happy. So,
Yep.
and I'm wondering about the longevity of a log cabin. If that would be better with cedars or better with like maples, because the thing about cedar is it's very rot resistant, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, can you imagine me trying to build a log cabin out of boreal black firs? All the logs are about this big. They're about this big across. 400 logs for one wall, and you have to splice them together because the trees aren't very tall.
What's a shame is about an hour north of here, Ray bought a big property and tons of big white pine trees on there. They're all 60 feet tall, 60,
Wow,
80 feet tall. And they
nice.
just pretty much almost fell down because they're all in the sand. And
Oh,
they don't taper very much. He's got
mm,
hundreds of these trees lying there, and he almost has to pay somebody to take them away. I'm like, oh my god, Ray, build a log cabin.
yeah. Holy crap. Absolutely.
That's too bad.
Uh, I'm just yeah. Canadian says a lot of bracing. Absolutely. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, sitting there in the woods is good. So long as there's some water nearby for paddling and cleaning your pots or whatever. Absolutely, can't beat it. But yeah, I love it. This poor Ray. Oh,
Poor Ray.
Camel's gonna make a cedar log sauna next year. That sounds cool.
Hmm, interesting.
This is a whiskey I would have as something that I can just put on the table when people are over and not worry about them finishing it. You know, like
Everybody
or
have
like
hooch.
yeah, train hooch. But like something like this, I'll put out if someone who's like a real whiskey nerd comes over. You know, we're gonna have one. It's not even open yet. You know, we're gonna have one small dram of that and then move on to something else. You know, same with this because this is a bottle I can't buy another one of because nobody can. So like this, I would be kind of miserly with. I'll pour you a little bit or whatever. But something like this, it's a high quality whiskey, but it's readily available. Well, it's local, so it's readily available here. And it's not like putting Johnny Walker Red Label on the table, you know? Oh, crumbs. David says, we had a big white pine come down and land on our roof. Ants love white pines. Right now, there are some ants loving one of my cedars. Hope that doesn't come down on the pool. But David, so what did you do with that white pine? Did you chop it up to make something of it? Look what's sitting here, Russell. I noticed earlier. Just sitting here taunting
Blue
us.
label?
Yep. It's like, oh, this would be a good night for Jesse and Russell to have a little blue label, but Russell doesn't have the right palate. If
Shut
Al
up.
was here, we'd have to crack our bottles. David says firewood. Okay. Big white pine for firewood.
Yours. You can open your blue label.
I've already got a whiskey open. Jerry, saw a pic of Dave cutting a tree off his prop. Yeah, tree fell on his tank. Sort of broke that little cover thing on the top, but no major damage. He took me on a little tour of his property. It's a nice place. So it's a nice setup,
Nice.
you know. And you guys went fishing together, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't make it fishing this year, though. I'm not sure why, other than the obvious. But
Yeah. I've said to a lot of people here, and I think I've said on my live stream before that, if I knew what fish I could eat, I would love to be able to fish for lunch when I'm out in the woods or out in the wilderness. You know, if I'm sitting there in a canoe, I'd love to just sort of like, oh, I'm gonna have some name a white fish that's available on a like on the blood vein or something, you know.
yeah.
But I'm afraid of getting a trout and not knowing until I've opened it and then I've killed this fish for nothing, kind of thing, or a salmon. Well, I'm pretty good with knowing what a salmon looks like.
Is there a way you can like understand that whole thing better? Like, can you get tested for?
Well, I've tried to get tested again, but it's like nobody does fish. I've been tested and like, okay, you're allergic to cats, you're allergic to dust, you're kind of allergic to dogs, but not too bad. But none of them have like the fish array of tests for some reason, which is ridiculous.
Here's trout. Here's bass. Here's
Yeah.
fish. Here's
Yeah, you know, it's like, huh. Hold on a second. Canadian says Dave's got a beautiful spot. He sure does. And man, that lake is something else. It's so pretty. Now, granted, when I was there, it was like glass smooth, so but it looked pretty enough for me. Serge has like several hundred fir trees next to a stream. Oh, nice. Oh, only discovered it because the stream dried up. Oh wow. But yeah, fir trees. There's a smell to. Hey, Sean in Alaska's here. How's it going, Mister? But yeah, Serge says good place for a cabin. Yeah, man. Yeah, that'd be cool. Everyone's just saying hi to Sean in Alaska, who is also building a cabin. Do you have your roof on yet? I saw that like the walls had sort of gone higher up, but yeah, pike. But the thing is, I don't know how to I'm guessing they will go for different lures than like, I don't know, bass or something. I don't know. Is bass an oily fish or is it a white fish? Alan Alan Bierhoff says fish allergies are usually of the anaphylactic type. Yes, I know, because I spent a little séjour in the hospital 30 odd years ago, which is when I discovered that I was allergic to oily fish. Mm. Sean, you're going to get your roof on next week. Okay. Because here's the thing, Sean. As you well know, we shoot something and then we get it up like a week or two later. Well, Russell's pretty good about shooting and getting it up pretty fast, but he's not dealing with a day job, right? So I'm never sure if I'm really up to date with where you are in your cabin building journey.
Yep, we shoot and we get it up.
Yeah. Campbell drops a terrible piece of advice there. The thing about the EpiPen is it doesn't stop you from needing to go to the hospital. It just keeps you alive until you get there. Ask me how I know this. Yeah, Destiny, I don't know why either. I have no idea.
Jess falls asleep really easily.
Possibly the most awkward way you could have answered that, although I do fall asleep really easily these days. The fatigue since I had COVID back in January is horrible. And it comes with a real, like, I have a permanent fuzzy brain. Tim says that halibut is a white fish and real fun to catch. Good to know. Sean is usually ahead of your videos. Yeah, me too. Like I'm only now putting up. Well, I will at some point. Probably not this week though, because funeral coming up and everything. But so probably for next week I'll have my final Okanagan trip video out, and I took that trip in August.
And then
I'll start getting the this trip videos up.
I get some videos.
You didn't shoot anything, eh? This week?
Not yet. Well, nothing for myself yet, but I shot several videos of you.
Yeah, you shot some stuff for me. And did you put that on what is it called? We shift, we drop,
Not
we
yet.
transfer? Not yet. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be in any position to shoot to edit this week anyway.
Sure.
But like, when I shoot something like a knife review, I can usually sort of turn that around and get it up. But something more like a trip or a hike or something, I take more time with, because it's really easy to bore the pants off of people with a trip or a hike video. You edit it together and you're like, oh my God, it doesn't flow. It's too bloody long. Shorten a few things. Like I will usually end up trimming a second or two off of almost every clip in a video, just to sort of keep the flow going. And sometimes I still duff it completely. Sorry?
A second or two?
Well, like what, or like if it's something that happens in motion, I spend so much time trying to get these two, like trying to get the motion to be seamless. Like I'll lose like 10 minutes, just take off a couple of frames. No, I took the frames off the wrong clip. I should have taken them off this one. Another thing that takes up so much of my time is when I mask the logo. Like I walk across the screen, or something moves across the screen and like leaves the logo there. It takes forever. Well, it's not as long as it used to be, but
It's hell being you.
Sure is. So true. It's not about the editing though. Tim says, "Oops."
It's about the barometer.
Yeah, it's about the barometer. Tim says, "Speaking of fish, I'm having sushi right now. I love a good plate of sushi, but I have to get the vegetarian, which is still delish. But
I love
sushi nights, Yeah, sushi night is very popular in this house. All my girls like it. Oh, there's Honeybee. I was just showing. Well, not showing. Hold on. Do I have a knife here? Is that a knife?
Are we kniving?
No, I'm gonna open this box of leather scraps I got for the handle on this, but I didn't open the box because Tyler wasn't here. Now that he's here, so
I had to lend Jess a knife, by the way.
yeah, because Via Rail was like, you can't bring your tools on our train, and then they didn't even check, as David said they wouldn't. And so I was like, oh, I should just do it, but I wasn't sure if like the Montreal station.
You can't take that chance.
Yeah, I didn't want to lose some nice tools on the off chance, so. But now that I know that at Montreal they don't check either, because I thought maybe it was like at Kingston, it's a small town, blah blah blah. Anyway, so in this box, the over packaging is horrifying,
Redonkulous.
One thing, Sean in Alaska says, for me, if I ask, is this getting boring or too long? It's usually getting boring and too long. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, right? Oh yeah,
Sean, I don't believe you've ever asked that of your own videos.
Yeah. Alan says several of the big name Canadian canoe tripping YouTubers have been dropping 90+ minute videos recently. Just saying, yeah, a lot of them have. And it's funny because I've been trying to keep my video lengths a little lower. I've been doing a lot of like 6 or 7 minute videos.
We don't know why. In fact, most people, if you ask them, they'd say we want a little shorter videos, but the longer videos always do better on YouTube. We don't know why.
And we watched a couple of like 45-minute videos this weekend. We watched a couple of those Jim Baird videos, and they were both like 44 minutes. The Yukon trip?
Yeah. Although I gotta say, he talks a lot.
He does talk a lot. He absolutely does. Oh, thanks for taking that down. And I'm trying to cut out the talking more and more in my videos. Not to the Sean James degree, but I'm trying to cut it down a little bit. So there you go. It's all about like 8 or 9 ounce. I figure I got enough in there to do a stacked handle. Yeah, stacked handle on this.
Hey, did you show people what I got you?
No. I was gonna do that, and then
I think this is funny. Like Sean is like, if Russell doesn't like bitch about my videos, my night's gonna be.
Yeah. Honeybee also says, careful about kniving too quickly. You could damage one's nutsack. I still don't own a nutsack. We're talking about a bag. Oh, how does this get less awkward? We're talking about a haversack company, folks.
Are you sure?
Crumbs, I'm dropping straight. Check this out, folks. Check that out.
Is Marcus still here?
I don't know.
I bet he's. Marcus.
Look at that. This is a beacon made in Canada. Guaranteed windproof. GSW quality. Made in Canada. Look at that. Did you put up
all the way back?
Sorry?
I'm impressed it made it all the way back.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna clean it up, get it working. I can tell you right now it already works, but I want to get it all nice and cleaned up. Cool beans. Like it. But yeah, I'm gonna clean it up, polish up the glass, make it squeaky clean. Is this what you popped up right before I so ungraciously interrupted?
It might have been. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of that Yukon trip because it's a part of the country I'm dying to see. He's paddling these rivers. Looks like he's having a blast. He's a personable guy. He's easy to watch, even though he talks a lot.
You know what's funny? Yeah, is like his opening video segments are like awesome.
Yeah,
Really, really well edited. And then he gets down to the I'm going to do this, and then he's just like talking to the camera constantly for 35 minutes. But the part that gets me is that he's off there in the middle of nowhere by himself in a canoe, and things can go wrong. And we're watching these videos in the comfort of our own homes,
yeah,
and it's we know that he made it out alive. He's fine. But at the time, just out there by himself,
yeah.
just talking to a camera must have been really, really scary, even for
Yeah.
a guy like Jim, who's you know pretty
Who's
used to
got
stuff
the
like that.
skills? Yeah. I was like, hey, Bettina's here. Bettina, you're like a half hour early.
Well, she's lurking.
Yeah. Honeybee says it's a hell of a cool lamp. I'm wondering if the ones with the red globe on them, if that's like a nautical thing, or if it's to not destroy someone's night vision. If there was some sort of job that people needed to keep their night vision for, or something.
That's a good question. And by the way, Marcus was the one that picked out that lamp. I should
You've got a very cool lamp. I wish Tenenbaum was here to see that lamp.
But this one, the small one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I'll wait until you bring it. I'm just waiting for Russell to get back with that cool freaking lamp. Yeah. So what's cool about that lamp right there is that's a German made. That's a Feuerhand 276. And my other lamp is a Feuerhand 276, but my other one is like the most recent iteration of that. And over the past God knows how long, they've made that lamp differently. Like older than the one Russell's got. I don't believe I'm pointing to the right side of the screen. The terrific.
You are. No, you
The
are.
one that Russell's got, the version even before that had a much bigger whatever the gas container is called. What's it called, you guys? Where you pour the gas in. They used to have one like this big. Obviously, maybe they were being used in, I don't know, something where these things were burning a long, long time. And that is also an older version, probably about 40 years ago, maybe 50, something like that. Looks like it's in great condition. I took a quick look at it, and the mechanism for where the wick is different than on mine. Very cool. I would love to sort of do a side-by-side comparison of like a bunch of Feuerhands at some point, or a bunch of Dietz lamps or something. For Dietz, I would love to one day find an American-made one, because now the Dietz ones are being made in China to the same stringent standards and all that. I get it. I know, but I like the iconic stuff to be still iconic. Like my Fender bass is an American-made Fender bass because the Fender bass became iconic when they were only making them in California. These Feuerhands, if they ever move production to China, then I'll be sad and I'll try to buy a few more German ones just to say that I have, the old German made ones. I like the sort of. I'm doing a terrible job of getting across the idea here, but all that to say that Russell's Feuerhand, even though it's technically the same. Oh, look at that beautiful scene!
This is
Look at that.
I showed this to you weren't there. I showed it to the Discord, and Marcus is like he circled yours, which is on the bottom left there. He said
Bottom
that
left.
one.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. And I think this one was just under the O there.
Yeah, I see that one just under the O. Yeah, you made the right choice. It's a very
And
cool.
he didn't pick this one. I picked this one.
Yeah.
I said, looks cool. I actually got this one for free because he didn't realize I'd picked it, and he gave me a price for a couple of things that I picked.
Oh, whoops.
He said, "Oh, I didn't realize you still." And like, oh, okay, whatever.
How far is that store from your place?
About 30 minutes.
I'd like to see that store.
We should have went there.
Yeah, we should have gone, but we didn't. But I feel that if I'm there next time and you're feeling better, then I'll be like, let's go check out that store, dude. But as it was, I was just trying to sort of, I'm out here far away and leaving you alone if you want anything. But yeah, that's cool. What I forgot to do is measure the wick on that, because the current Foya hands have a unique width of wick, and so I had to order wicks directly from them. It was at like about €7 plus shipping, and it takes forever.
You think I should measure the wick on this?
Yeah, just to see, because if you want to replace the wick, you have to buy one that's the right width.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, we'll do that sometime.
Okay. Oh, so cool. Absolutely so cool. I think we're getting behind on this on the side chat there. Honeybee is going back to bed. Okay. Good night, sir. Have yourself a fine evening. Hey, look at that. Whiskey Harbor in the house. Nice to see you.
Hey.
Yeah, a lot of people saying it was a cool lamp. Absolutely. I like it. Sean Alaska, I think he's talking about Jim Baird. He talks to the camera for 35 minutes and you watch. Absolutely. But it's because he's somewhere where I wish I don't have the skills to run rapids like that. I don't have the half the skills. I have some of the skills. Like if I was hiking that, I could, stay alive and camp and stuff. But I don't know. I like the beauty of the place he's in. And this is the thing, and I think Russell, we were talking about this, that because he was trying to make time, I feel that he was robbing himself of the ability to just sort of sit and stare around in blissed out gosh wow at the spectacular scenery he was paddling through. There's a magic to just being able to sit there and I'm enjoying this today. Today I'm not moving anywhere. I'm sitting here and I'm staring and I'm enjoying. I'm having a fire because of course I'm having a fire, and I'll eat pemmican or something, but I'm going to enjoy being here today.
I made the comment that if I was going to do a trip like that, I'd like to do 1 day on, 1 day off.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's probably the best way to do something like that. Campbell's out. All right, have a good one.
Good night, Mark.
See you later. Thanks for swinging by.
4 a.m. is right around the corner. What are you doing at 4 a.m.? Jesus.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I'm sleeping.
Me too.
David says, do both of those, do they both do kerosene? Yeah, I mean, a lot of these lamps will work with several different kinds of oils. The Foya hand seem to work best with straight up, they call it lamp oil, which is probably just kerosene. Something clean burning, something that doesn't smoke. Excuse me. But yeah, you have a lot of control over that just with trimming your wick, letting you fill the tank with oil or kerosene or whatever, and you let it wick up before lighting, so that what's burning is the oil rather than the wick. So you can keep the wick fairly low and still have some nice. It works the same way as a candle does, right? What's burning on a candle is not really the wick until it's gotten past a certain length. What's burning down where the flame is healthiest is actually the wax around it, and as it creates heat, the wax gets sucked up through the wick and burns. It's not the wick itself that is the main combustible there. And these lamps work the same way. The wick is not the main combustible. It's, I mean, yeah, they get black and they slowly start to burn, but the main thing that's burning, that's creating the light, is the gas that's coming up, that's soaking up through the wick. So if you fill it up and light it right away, you're going to burn the wick. It's not going to last you any time at all. I was getting a little boring there, so I stopped myself short.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying goodnight to Mark. Yeah, Alan thinks that Ted is more laid back. They're both pretty laid back guys. I was commenting, I think on the drive, Russell, that there's a lot of Bairds doing videos and Instagrams and stuff, right? Because there's the two brothers and their two wives, and they're all very different in many ways. But I was mentioning, like, I would love to be around, their Christmas table or their Thanksgiving table, swapping stories of paddling and stuff.
Yeah.
Alan says, with Jim after he eats his oatmeal soup, it's all a blur. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, it was, it's cool to watch. I just had this flash. I was sitting in a cousin-in-law's or aunt-in-law's or something in New York. We were there for a wedding or some damn thing. And I sit down on the end of the bed, or I sit down somewhere. And I just turn on the TV, some American cable station, and there's Survivor Man on Vancouver Island. And that was the first time I'd actually ever seen one of his episodes. I knew who he was. I knew who Les Stroud was, but I'd never actually seen an episode because we cut the cable so long ago in this household. In this household, we cut the cable like so long ago. And it was one of those, I don't know, like some sort of marathon or some damn thing where it was 3 episodes in a row, and I just sat there and watched the whole thing. That just sort of flashed in my mind for some reason. We were talking about the Bairds. But yeah, interesting. Oh yeah, with Jim after he eats his oatmeal soup, it's all a blur. Yeah, because with Les Stroud, there's a certain frenetic aspect to what he's doing because he's there on a survival thing, right? Oh, interesting. Bettina says, were you about to open the same thing? Eric lets his new lamp sit and soak for a week. Yeah, you got to let it sit and soak. I didn't know about... I've never done it that long, but that would definitely help. Yeah. Yeah, because it's got to be good. Sorry, guys. It's got to be good and laden with the fuel so that you're not burning the wick. Because the wicks aren't free. They're not super expensive, but they're not free. And if you burn your wick down and you don't have, like... imagine you burn your wick down and like, okay, it's all right, I'll just go and buy a replacement. And then you have a power outage that night. Feel a little stupid, right? A little silly.
You don't want to burn your wick down.
You don't want to burn down your wick.
Just like you don't want to, you don't want to, you've got your pocket barometer.
Yep, you don't want that to be... This could get ugly.
You gotta take it easy.
Gotta take it easy. So I went with Quebec rye. Now I'm going to go to an Alberta rye. This was 100% rye, which is the way I like my rye. All grassy and piney and green growing thingy. So much spice. Warm hug on the tongue.
David, I keep trying to send you messages and that's not working.
David says you don't want to burn your wick at both ends. That's true.
Don't want to burn your wicket.
True too. The taste of the prairies. I bet you Russell's all lonely now that I'm gone, though. I'm such a dynamic presence. Hey,
Yep.
I'm such a I'm so what do you call it? I'm an introvert naturally, right? Like this is fine. I've got a camera and I'm talking to you guys and stuff, but if I was in a room with like 9 people, I wouldn't say a thing. I would just sit there in the corner,
We're,
you know?
we're both introverts, which
Yeah.
is a bit
Yeah.
weird. But what I found funny though, Jess, is that I'd be lying on the couch trying to die, and I'd look up and I'd see you walking on the deck, and then I get a message from you on Discord saying, "I'm here back at the cabin." Like,
Well, yeah, because I didn't want to surprise you by like walking in because I wasn't sure if you were like lying on the couch and dying, which you were.
well,
Um,
it's usually I saw you before I got the message. Like,
oh yeah. Sometimes I was walking around in the woods trying to get some signal so that you could know like a couple of minutes before I got there, but forget about it. Here's something from Alan. Referencing a discussion in one of your lantern videos, I keep about a foot of wick in the fuel reservoir of my lamps. I kind of referenced that in my review of the Feuerhand because Honeybee, Tyler also, he just puts a whole foot in, and it seems that a lot of people do. The only reason why I trim it to about 6 inches or whatever, however, is just because the Feuerhand one wick comes in 2 forms: a roll and 5 strips. And it's like, I don't know if there's 2 actual schools of thought or what, but some people like 5 to 7 inches of wick, and some people do like a long thing in there. And I wonder which one will work better. In the long run, you're changing the wick a lot less often if you got a foot of that stuff in there, but that's taking up room that could be liquid. So I don't know. I think Darth Vader, by the way, says only 88 more days till I can buy more alcohol.
is that in reference to Christmas?
I'm guessing so.
What does that mean, Lord Vader?
Surely a Sith Lord can buy alcohol whenever. Country Boy says another quotable quote from Jess: "A warm hug on the tongue." Okay. David Evans just went outside. Holy brass monkeys. Oh, that's good to know.
Is it cold? I think it's cold.
Yeah. I must remember. Today I hung all my camping stuff out on the line to sort of air out. I don't want to go to bed without taking that down because I kind of don't want the dew.
It's still out there.
Yeah. Oh, Darth Vader says New Year's.
So you can't buy more alcohol. He didn't say you can't drink until then. He just said he can't buy more alcohol.
Well, the problem is that on Mustafar, there are no alcohol stores.
Mustafar?
That's gotta be the geekiest thing I have said in weeks. Why don't we just... Oh, I wish I hadn't said that. Okay, hold on.
I gotta check.
God. Okay. Wikipedia? Holy crap. Wikipedia. All right. Why did I say that?
It's only 10 Celsius outside. It's only 10 Celsius outside. I don't know what Dave's talking about.
It's only 10? Yeah, that's a little chillier than it was when I was there.
Well, it went down to something.
Holy crap, look at this. Do you guys see this entire screen? So here's a little thing about Mustafar. And right before this World of Warcraft, there was an ad for those Dalvi works of beauty. That's crazy. So this is Mustafar. This is like the little planet or the moon or whatever that Darth Vader lived on. So let's just get rid of that as soon as possible.
No, nobody's listening, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Not Google. Google's not listening.
No, of course not. And I hope that nobody who's watching this was listening, because that was me geeking right the hell out. Squirrels are gonna eat my. They're gonna steal my camping gear. 8 degrees where David is. What is it in the beautiful metropolis of Montreal? It is 10 degrees. Today was a high of 18 and a low of 2. A low of 2. Fortunately, I bought an awful tasting vodka, so I've been suffering for the whole year. With vodkas, stick with the basics. Stick with the basics, right? You got your absolute. Don't spend big on Grey Goose. The point of vodka is that there's no actual flavor to it.
There's
it's
no
just octane.
Yeah. There's no. It's not like 10-year-old vodka is going to taste any better than vodka that was distilled yesterday.
Yeah. The problem is people keep trying to create like premium vodkas and stuff. Don't do it. Don't spend your money on that. Hey, the Wookiees were traitors, apparently. Oh, okay, David. Good night, mister.
Good night, David.
We're only on for another 15 minutes, David. But yeah, all right. Have a good night. It's all right. It's all right. There's after a certain time of night, the bed holds a certain
Miss
magic.
you, David. Miss you. Like crazy, David.
Miss you, man. Yeah, it was nice having David around on Discord, but well, see, now I'm getting all maudlin.
Maudlin?
Maudlin, not modeling. Maudlin.
Maudlin? No, I know what maudlin means. I get it. That's not lost on me. I have enough left for Christmas Eve. Jesus.
Yeah.
I did. Lord Vader, I think you can probably do better than that. Jeez. We got all this vodka to get through.
As I explore cocktails, like with a martini, you can do a gin martini or a vodka martini. The thing about the vodka martini is the only actual flavoring there is the vermouth. So it's essentially really high octane vermouth because the vodka doesn't bring a flavoring agent unless you're using that like buffalo grass vodka or something. You're not going to use a buffalo grass vodka with like sweet vermouth, that's for sure. So hold on a second. Alan Bierhoff asks, is Discord the thing that Marty Morissette has been talking about? I do not know.
Who's Marty Morissette?
I mean, I don't know, but I feel a Google search coming. I'll do it later. I mean, I just Google searched Mustafar, for God's sakes. I'm not going near the Google until after the live stream.
Google?
The Googles. Went the previous 2 years with no alcohol at all. I feel that there's a story there that I don't want to ask about for fear of prying. All right. Good night, Serge. Even though we're only here for another 14 minutes. But, the bed calls. The shower and the bed call. Maybe I'll shave tonight.
You were going to shave last night.
Yeah. Oh, Marty is a Canadian canoeing YouTuber. Really? How come I've never heard of this person?
Oh. If he's been talking about Discord, then he has his own server.
But how come I've never heard of this dude? I mean, I watch a lot of paddling YouTubes. Excuse me while I look at Marty Morissette.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Oh, he's got a podcast. Huh. Okay. Gonna take a look at a later date because I don't want to be boring you guys by like staring at a YouTube video while I'm supposed to be talking to you. Oh, I get it. Okay. All right. Darth says I used to drink every night, so I thought I'd give my liver a break. Fair enough. Darth, I do a dry week every quarter. So I guess what is that? 4 times a year?
Have you heard of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I'm pretty sure he's heard of Darth Plagueis. I mean, who hasn't, right?
Because, I mean, the dark side can like cure things like that, you know, and death and shit.
Cure for death. Oh man, I'm so bushed.
Gonna say, or were you
Nice
supposed to like as soon as you got back last night?
Here's the thing. While I was gone, the missus did a lot of work around the house. She sanded and varnished the stairs going from the ground floor to the second floor. She sanded and stained the stairs on the deck outside. She'd already done the deck. She started closing the pool, and the place was spick and span. So I was like, I'm not walking in, dropping my bags at the door, and going to bed. I will put my clothes in the laundry. I will unpack. I will wash my like my pot and all that stuff. I will put the bags away. And then I was going to bed at 2 a.m.
I think you could have been forgiven for not doing all that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have felt really cheesy about it.
And getting a good night's sleep.
It's not easy being cheesy.
Did you get some cheese?
Yes.
Some brie? Some brie and some jam? Did you get some brie and jam and some toast?
Little baked brie jam on like a little baguette sliced thin and toasted. So good.
Okay, baguette. Nice.
That's not actually what I had, but that's what I would have killed for. I had hummus and crackers, and then some chocolate covered raisins. You know,
that's quite different.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, I had been subsisting off of porridge and trail mix. I, by the way, made a really good freaking trail mix. It was a little heavy on the nuts because you know you got to work harder to digest those, so you sort of use up the calories a little faster. But man,
Sure.
I did a good trail mix. I'm proud of myself, and I still have a little bit extra. What I did was, I made a little 1 cup bag of trail mix per day, sort of to keep me tide me over. What? From breakfast to supper. So I did like porridge in the morning, trail mix throughout the day, and then my stupid mountain house stuff for supper. And I'm not saying stupid mountain house because it's terrible food. It was actually pretty damn flavorful, but because I had originally planned to dehydrate all my own meals, I felt really salty about having to buy all these meals. I was like, this weekend I am going to dehydrate everything. And then I was like on my bed, well, this sucks. So I had to buy a bunch. Darth Vader says, jalapeno cheddar cheese sticks. I know, it's jalapeno. Don't make fun. I was just being doofy.
Jalapeno.
Bob's Red Mill Old Country Style Muesli Cereal. Trust me. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. I think Bob's Red Mill makes fantabulous stuff. I was trying to do like the meals were all things where you boil, except for one, which I had for supper tonight. That's a stinking lie. I had it for lunch today. The meals were all the kind where you boil up a couple of cups of water in the pot and then pour it into the bag. so that I wasn't always constantly washing my pot. The porridge I did make in the pot, so I was, every morning I had to wash my pot out in the lake, but I was going to be boiling water later, so I felt that it was okay. But yeah, but that muesli would actually, you don't have to boil that muesli; you just add milk. But I didn't bring milk. Oh man, Raven, dude, Jim, you're just
Jim.
finishing work now?
Jesus, Jim. Jesus,
Man.
Jim.
Jesus, Jim. Jesus, Mary and Jim.
Jesus, Jim.
Yes, Alan. I mean, I mean oatmeal. But I had a Scottish grandmother, so porridge. In my family, the oatmeal was the dried stuff. The porridge was the edible, right? Because oatmeal is the same as cornmeal, all these meals, but then when you cook it up, it becomes porridge. Because we know things. We're all about the knowledge, the Scottish knowledge. Once your bottle of spirit gets down to about there, bottle it down. Like if it's around here, it'll last you years and years and years. But the further down it gets, the faster you got to bottle it down so that it doesn't evaporate and change too much. So I'm going to help this bottle too. I'm going to bottle this down. I don't know if I'm going to bottle down tonight, but I'll definitely bottle it down this week. Because I don't want to get like 3 sheets to the wind on my live stream, right? With like 6 minutes left. Woo! Oatmeal is so good in the morning, says Darth Vader. I agree completely. Alan, in Vermont, we ate cream of wheat. I grew up on cream of wheat because in Manitoba, it was less expensive than oatmeal. I mean, we also ate those corn puffs, huge bags of those corn puffs. Not spectacularly nutritious, but we could afford it. But yeah, I grew up on cream of wheat, and I developed a real taste for it. I would take my cream of wheat and I would put brown sugar on it because maple syrup costs too much. Whoa! With butter and maple syrup? What? Why are you throwing butter on that? Does that need butter? I've never even heard of such a thing. Maybe it's a Vermont thing.
It's good stuff. Butter.
I almost never use it. I do not cook with salt, and I almost never use butter. We have some butter, but like I'll use it when I'm making. Oh God, I can hear myself getting more boring by the minute. I use it when I'm making like an apple crisp or a peach crisp or a peach crumble or something for the topping. But aside from that, almost never. Oh, you made both yourselves. That's cool. I like that. Alan, man, that's cool.
Butter and maple syrup?
Jeez. Making butter is a serious, little paddle and everything. You probably had some machines or something.
A paddle or a plunger?
Is it a plunger? Whoa, Grace Martin too. Butter in my oatmeal and cream of wheat. What? No. Jim too? Yeah, butter with your maple syrup. Yeah, on pancakes. No, country boy. No, you live north of the border. You can't be falling into this. I thought I was about to say it must be an American thing, and then here's country boy. Darth says another good inexpensive treat is Hormel chili. I've never even heard of that. No,
me neither.
Oh, I think Alan means and they made ice cream. I don't. I was like, what do you mean you're putting butter on ice cream? Oh, good night, Dennis. Everyone say bye to Dennis. I'll watch your video later. Splash of milk, that's fine. Splash of milk is fine. The butter is weirding me out. You guys are weirding me out. You guys have got me so weirded out that I'm going to go up and make a pot of overnight oats. I actually did used to make overnight oats, but I really do prefer my oatmeal to be...
And cheese.
And cheese? Yeah. You gotta have cheese.
You can have cheese. That's like last Friday after the Books Fest, and you're like, I really need pizza. Was it pizza?
Yeah, I think so. And then you like miraculously had pizza pockets or some damn thing. I was like,
Pizza
what?
pockets and pizza pocket and Christini. Was it Christine?
Christine. And then I was like, hey, I haven't had a... What the hell's it called? The pizza that's like, it's essentially pizza, but it's folded over into a pocket, or like a big one.
Panzerotti.
Panzerotti. Yeah, I haven't had a Panzerotti in so long, but I used to love a Panzerotti.
Oh, yeah.
There's a place down at the Atwater Market that made a fantabulous Panzerotti. With
We love Panzerottis.
Chorizo. Oh, yeah. Unbeatable.
Standing around the kitchen, I'm trying to microwave this stuff, and you're like, oh, I can't wait. I gotta have it.
I don't even remember that. Oh, calzone. Calzone. I wonder, is calzone and Panzerotti the same thing, though?
It's similar.
Calzone. Yeah. And I see now I'm getting hungry again. Can't have that. Can't go looking for a calzone at 11 o'clock in the p.m.
Yeah.
Man, I do love a calzone, though. So even though I forgot to bring a beer, this evening went all right. I had tea, which I know that Russell is very appreciative of. He likes tea.
Tea sucks.
Okay. So if that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be.
Yep, that's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Destiny says I should be looking for cookies. Yeah, thank you, Darth. Yeah, I mean, I want a calzone like you wouldn't believe right now. I don't know where I'd find one. I may just go and eat a stick of cheese. Melt a piece of cheese on a cracker with a little tomato sauce.
Good luck.
It's the same thing, right?
Pulling stuff out of the fridge and piling up on a plate.
Piling it up.
Going, pizza, calzone, Panzerotti.
Huzzah. Take some frozen pancakes out, fold them over a bunch of cheese. Oh, well. Yeah, now I have a mighty need for a calzone. Maybe I'll get one next week. Alan Bierhoff says, Tim, the lawnmower man from Sydney, Australia, is doing a live stream now. This is my life. Well, it's probably a whole different time of day for Tim, the lawnmower man from Sydney, Australia.
Good luck.
Yep.
Good luck, Tim.
Put butter and maple syrup on a cookie. No. I'm not going to do that, Jim. I'm not going to put butter and maple syrup on a cookie. I would put them...
Oatmeal raisin cookie?
There might be a way in which that kind of works, but if there is, I can't quite see myself through to it. Butter maple syrup on a pancake, on the other hand. But even I use coconut oil for most of the stuff I used to use butter for. Alan says, my YouTube watching is very eclectic. Mine is too. I watch a lot of very different kinds of YouTube bushcrafters. I'm a
rabbit hole. I'm a rabbit hole.
I'm also a rabbit hole guy. I watch a lot of history stuff. I watch a lot of guys like Joe Scott, and Tom Scott, no relation. I watch like PBS Eons, stuff like that. I watch like, was it Tasting History? Is that what it's called? Where he tries all these historical recipes in his California kitchen. Lots of stuff. Anything with Ramirez in it. Anything with what's his name, Attenborough. Like all the nature stuff. Yeah, yes, Darth Vader. I have watched Glenn and Friends. Interesting that you're bringing that channel up. End of a dram. Okay, look, we're after 11 o'clock, and I have to be up early. And oh yeah, Alan Townsend's. I love that channel. Love it. Townsend's makes me want to build a German-style 18th century kitchen and buy all of their cooking utensils and just make videos of historical recipes. And it's like, but I'm not going to do it because I would have to win the lottery, because shipping that stuff, crazy. And B, A, B, 1, 2, whatever. There's already someone doing it, and it's Townsend's. All right. Grace says, good night, everyone. And I was about to say the same thing, because got to go to bed, got to be up early, got to work in the office tomorrow. So even though there's still 20 of you watching, I'm still going to shut her down. Next week, I may be a little late because the school meeting, blah, blah, blah. But I will still try my damnedest to be on anyway, because I do love talking to you guys every week. Before I have a coughing fit, I would like to say that between now and next week, be safe, be healthy, be sane, and be kind to one another. Are you pea souping?
Pea souping. I'm pea souping.